Children, today we will be reading the poem Keeping Quiet. Keeping Quiet is a poem by Pablo Neruda. As you can understand by the title itself, Keeping Quiet is a peace poem. Okay, the poet asks us to count numbers from 1 to 12. Now this 12 represents so many things. It can represent the 12 hours in a clock, or it can represent 12 zodiac signs, or it can represent 12 months in a year. So many things it can represent. That's still debatable what he wanted to say, but only thing he wants is he requests everyone not to speak because the languages create barrier. He says that if we remain inactive, that period of inactivity will stop us from being violent, from being agitated. Okay, so we'll go line by line. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. For once on the face of earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. The poet asks everyone to count up to 12 in their mind. He says that he wants us to be calm. He wants us to be still. He says that people across the nations, across all the countries, they have to unite. So they shall not speak their language. Rather, they should keep quiet. Silence has its own power. He says we should keep quiet and speak the language of silence. This will bring unity among all the humans on the face of earth. So he says for at least one moment, all of us should not fight, should not argue with each other. Okay. He requests everyone to count till 12. Okay. Now it would be an exotic moment without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. So again he says that when everything will come to a standstill, it will be a rare situation. It doesn't happen all the time, no? Everyone keeping quiet and all that. So he says no one will be there in a rush, and there will be no engines running. So there will be, of course, no accidents. Everyone will be calm, quiet, united. It will be strange because it has never happened earlier. No person would be harming any other living person or food or anybody to earn his livelihood. For example, fishermen, they are taking the fish, they are harming the fish, and they are hurting themselves also. All the people who work endlessly will get some time to look at their injuries and the damage they have caused to their body. That is it, no? Sometimes when you're writing since morning, you stop for a second and you just move your fingers up and out, and then in, out doing, you feel relaxed, and then you see that, oh my God, my hands have turned red. That is it. When we stop, only we see. Otherwise, when we are going on writing or when we are going on carrying something, we don't realize that we are also being hurt in that process. Third stanza is, those who prepare green wars with gas, wars with fire, victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade doing nothing. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. So he says the people who exploit the green wealth of nature by deforestation or mining or fishing in the deep seas, they are the ones who use weapons to kill fellow human beings, and they need some time to introspect in the consequence of their action. They have to introspect what they are doing. They are going on killing people, they are going on raising wars against each other, but actually it's a victory, but who is there to celebrate the victory? People lose their loved ones, people lose their family, people lose everyone. So it's a victory. Even if it is a victory, it is a victory without survivors. He says he wants to put people new clothes and adopt a new approach towards life. People should adopt a new approach towards life and to realize that killing is not a victory. You've heard about Buddhism, children, and you've heard about King Ashoka, is it? And he, after the Kaling war, he saw that so many people had died, and then he realized, why at all did I fight? For whom did I fight? For why am I fighting and increasing my kingdoms and so many things? Why am I doing? It is only causing loss to people. And then he started following Buddhism. Buddhism does also, I'm not favoring any religion here. I'm just saying that it is like promoting brotherhood, promoting peace, promoting unity. That is what we need at this hour. This is the need of the hour. He wants all of us to be united as one. He's promoting brotherhood, peace and unity. He does not want us to stop our work but take some time and realize the result of our deeds. He wants us to realize the result of our deeds. Like I told you, when you are going on writing, and you are hurt, you don't even notice it. But when you stop, you notice. Then you have, if we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving, and for once could perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. So he says all human beings are working endlessly with the aim of completing all their tasks. You see your mothers at home, your fathers at home, they're just getting up early morning, moving whole day, whole night, and then when does the night come, you don't even get to know, you don't even get to see each other. It's different because these days we are seeing each other more often. Everybody is at home, but otherwise we hardly get time to spend with each other. So this is the problem. All human beings are working endlessly. They are driven by the target of survival and the threat of death. Target of survival, of course. Your parents worry. If they do not earn, then what will happen for your studies and your food and your requirements? So it's the target of survival and the threat of death, of course. Without doing anything, they are not going to survive. So they are in a mad rush to accomplish their work. And he says that perhaps if they pause for a while, they can appreciate their achievements and their lives would become happier. Sometimes if we just leave everything and go on a holiday for 10 days, we will realize what are we missing in our life. He suggests that by keeping quiet, we will be able to understand the true purpose of life. That is why people go on holidays, no? What are holidays meant for? It's not for sightseeing. It's actually to realize that in the race of mad rush of running whole day, what are you missing in life? Okay. And perhaps the earth can teach us, as in when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. The poet suggests that we should teach something, we should take a lesson from nature. The nature, Mother Earth, it undergoes changes in winter, it freezes, it becomes lifeless. But after some time, when the season again changes, it comes back to life. So we should learn something from nature. Similarly, we should, when we are pausing, we will be able to understand the purpose of our life. It will be like a rebirth. When you realize yourself, then you are taking a rebirth. Your soul is taking a rebirth. And the poet has conveyed that he asks them to take a pause and he wants to walk off of the scene, keeping the scene for all open for all the people on the earth to experience this. The poet suggests that human beings, we should learn a lesson from earth. Okay, and then he says that he has conveyed his message to the people and he wants them to be left alone to think that whether they want that peace in their life or no. Okay, thank you children, and question answers will do later. Thank you.